Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about giving a hug that matters. So I can remember as a little kid not wanting to hug at all. And if my poor mum was trying to hug me, and I'd be like, oh, pulling back. So that's not been something that's come naturally to me. But I think as time has gone by and as I feel love towards other people, as I try to understand them and to help them, I want to give them a hug. I want to make people feel like they are loved and that I care for them, because I do. So it's like being able to see people, I guess, as an extension of yourself in a way, and loving them as you would like to be loved yourself. So I'm not sure exactly what your experiences are with being hugged or giving hugs or receiving hugs. But I wanted to clear some energy around this because I feel like the events of the last, 5 years have really tried to divide us and separate us. And I feel as people that want to be in the light and that want to share and want to be part of the light, we need to be the people that show love, and we need to be the people that are the Saviour's hands. We show them, we help them, we're mindful of them, we hear them, we see them. I think that's really important. And even if you don't feel that you have any great thing to offer, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It matters that you care, and it matters that that you want to help, and that you want to listen, and that you want to be there. All right, so let's go into the throat chakra. All right, so the thing that comes up first of all is neck pain. So if you think about, like, the throat chakra is like around this area here, isn't it? And it's about expressing ourselves. And sometimes if we don't say what we need to say, or we're holding back, then we can get neck pain or throat pain or sinus pain or, other pains, because we're holding what we need to communicate in. All right, my honesty of expression enables others to speak up too. All right, it's now safe to express myself. And I know a lot of my life I worried about, what I say, how it's going to affect the other person, is that the right thing to say? And, often withholding what I want to say or could say or maybe should say in fear of offending the other person. And, there are ways and means to say things, but sometimes we do need to hear the hard things, and someone needs to call us out on our rubbish, but with a hug, with love, that, yes, we can see that you're struggling with that, but, want to help you. All right, let's go into the 8th chakra now. So when you're feeling very stressed and you might find it hard to express yourself, sometimes connecting to the earth is helpful. All right, so what comes up is creative invention for the benefit of mankind. Good morning, Cassie. Yeah, so what's in your heart to create? What is it in your heart to speak? What is it in your heart uh, to do? Like, what is your heart telling you? And, can you do that? Because we need you to do that. I care about the plight of plants and animals. And I feel like that, there's room on the earth for all of us and for everyone to have respect. Right. So to make a difference could be an inventor or a teacher, a journalist or scientist. So the connection and love of their natural environment drives them to go and do that. Is there part of your body that's complaining? Is there part of your body that's telling you that the energy's stuck, that it's preventing you from going out and giving someone a hug or asking for a hug? So male friends from the past, age 16. Let's say I no longer fear rejection when I speak honestly. And I think, we talked about vulnerability before as well. It's like offering to give someone a hug and being there for someone does make you a little bit vulnerable, but that's how we connect. So it is important to do that. My clients, my friends, family, and clients all work with me for my highest good. And sometimes I can remember I was having a very bad day one time, and one son and his wife came over, and they could see that I wasn't in the best shape and offered to give me a hug. And I thought that was very kind, considering that they have their own battles. So I was grateful for that. I allow my family to love me. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes when we're not feeling good, we don't want anyone to love us. We don't want anyone to come close. We don't want anyone to be near us or touch us or, have anything to do with us. So it's, when we're in that state, obviously we need help. We need energy clearing, or we need prayer, or we need, to feel the Saviour's love through another person. And, maybe you're the Johnny on the spot. Right, so let's go into the crown chakra. All right, I am greater than any possession or relationship I have. And you're worth more than any of that. And sometimes it's hard to see our worth. If only we could see who we were before we came to Earth. All right, I'm not measured by possessions or connections. My electrical circuitry and brain chemistry work in harmony for my highest good. And sometimes that means it's not working great. And sometimes it means that there's something that needs to be addressed. And through whatever isn't working great, it's like, well, what do we need to learn? What do we need to understand? How can we do better? And sometimes it's just stuff that comes up. And sometimes it's not even our stuff. Sometimes it's just generational baggage that needs to be shifted. Right, so layers of the aura. 6th layer. Which is about emotions and spiritual communion. So leaking energy. Our female friend. Self-abuse. So sometimes we allow other people to abuse us, or we give too much or give more than we have to give. So some generational baggage also attached here from dad's side of the family and the women. Good morning, Susanna. So 16 generations of women. Feeling worry. And, in some cultures, appearances are huge. How things look, how we represent ourselves, how we represent our family can be massive. And, many things can be chosen because of that are not actually correct for the person or the family or the situation. So shame comes up here too. So it's like we can be shamed by our family if we don't make them look good. All right, so now we're going into the 3rd layer of the aura, which is about our thoughts and ideas. So stagnant energy accumulating there. Something from age 6. Uh, 38. Being taken for granted. And I think that can happen as children sometimes when our parents are under a lot of stress. They forget that we're, children of God and that we're, noble, amazing beings, and we can be taken for granted and yelled at or, brought down. because of the state that the adults are in, or that what's happening, that they may not be able to be holding space with us or be kind and considerate with us. So that can cause damage in our energy field. All right, so that's a little bit clearer. All right, so now we're going to go into the 10th chakra. I love all parts of my personality. So there are some parts of our personality that we might find challenging. For example, I can be very stubborn. So that's not always easy to work with because I dig my heels in. But I can also have that stubbornness be seen as determination to do something, or to start something, or to get on with something. So it can also be a good thing. Right, life is easy for me. I don't think many of us feel that it is. So the 10th chakra is about, the good, the bad, and the ugly, accepting all those parts of life. So the archetype of that sort of person is experiencing everything gives them insight and understanding. They like to travel, but will also want to stay home, enjoying solitude one minute and craving social interaction the next. They have an understanding and awareness of all aspects of themselves. As they love and bring in or gather the fragmented parts of themselves, they not only know their purpose, but they can love and accept all parts of that journey. They not only see the value of fulfilling their purpose, but rejoice in the reverence of every experience. So the opening of the 10th chakra gives way to the giving up of judgment of oneself and others. So there's an understanding of the lessons in their own journey, and they begin to see the divine in others. I think that's beautiful. It's like when we're getting to that point that, we can see past the flaws of others and past the flaws of ourselves, because sometimes we might feel like, who would want a hug from me if we're not feeling great about ourselves? But knowing that we're all here for a purpose and at the right time, and, shining light at the right time, we have to be heartened. All right, so the 11th chakra is the galactic chakra. So it's about unveiling who we really are, seeing all of us, overcoming the ego, letting go of earthly attachments, seeing really the purpose of our life. All right, so this chakra is strengthened by spiritual practices, investigating, prayer, meditation, breath work. Sometimes the body work too can help us be more aware of what's stuck in our body. So the oil cardamom comes up. So cardamom's the oil of objectivity. Cardamom is especially beneficial for individuals with a long history of anger or aggression. And so sometimes this anger or aggression can be outward, but it can also be inward, that we've had a history of anger and aggression with our body or with ourself or our mind. So it's like being able to love ourselves first, and then we're more likely to be able to love others. All right. So this anger aggression, which often becomes directed outward, it is helpful for those who hyper focus on their problems, especially their frustrations. Cardamom assists individuals in breaking down or digesting these intense emotions of frustration and anger by redirecting energy to the solar plexus, the center of responsibility. In this way, cardamom helps individuals to let go of emotional distortions which cause them to objectify other people and see them as inconveniences. Cardamom demands that individuals stop blaming others, as asks them to take personal ownership and responsibility for their feelings. As they do, they will feel more at peace, calm, and in control of themselves. So, if you're lacking a little patience with others, maybe you could use your cardamom to help you see things in a better perspective. And there are some people in our lives that are purely there to push our buttons. That's part of our learning and growth, and that they're supplying that. And we might want to hate on those people, but they are necessary for our growth. I sidestepped the opportunity to become inebriated with anger, maintaining my self control and rational thinking. So, for the most part, we can do this, but there are some days that we lose it. I do. All right, I regained balance, mental clarity, and objectivity during moments of extreme anger and frustration. I let go of emotional distortions which have previously allowed me to treat others like objects of convenience to my will and my way of doing things. I willingly coordinate my efforts with others instead of my old habit of directing others. So I can see this problem in myself. I can see that with my children when they were young, that I very much wanted to control and direct them, and were very displeased when they didn't do it my way. So, but it's been a big lesson for me to allow them to do it their way and to still be able to love them and give them a hug. I feel peaceful, calm, and in control of myself, more able to assimilate the world as it is. And I guess we all want to be loved and accepted, even when we're warts, when we've done the wrong thing, or when we're cranky, or when we're not coping well. We still want to be loved. And, sometimes we need someone to give us a hug and tell us that they still care about us no matter what state we're in. So we're going to go into 12th chakra, which is the universal chakra, which is even above the galactic one. So this one is strengthened by uplifting music. And I think music can have a powerful effect on us. Um, is it Amaru? Think of his name, a Japanese man that he took pictures with the electron microscope of water crystals with playing different music, or with the water being prayed over, or different circumstances, and the crystals of the water would take on a different shape. So it's like, um, you consider that we're made of a great percentage of water. So it's like our cells react to our feelings, and what we're telling ourselves and the music that we listen to enables us to be better and of a higher vibration. So, motivate oil. This blend of mints and citrus oils was formulated for those who need motivation and encouragement. It assists individuals whose will has stagnated and needs to be fired into action again. Motivate fosters confidence to follow through with one's creative inspirations and intentions. So we were talking about that before, weren't we? That the need to create and the need for the earth and people in it for us to create. It imbues a warrior-like spirit and strengthens individuals to face adversities and challenges. This blend is especially helpful in times of weariness and discouragement, when one has lost the energy and motivation to complete important life tasks, such as caring for a sick loved one or assisting others in need. Or it may be our health journey. It's been a long, hard journey and we may still not feel whole. So it's like not giving up on ourselves either. It's easy to become lethargic or discouraged when one is in a long-term care situation or another emotionally or physically taxing circumstance. Motivate can act as a support in rediscovering and maintaining one's desire to serve. It encourages individuals to work through their feelings of gloom, weariness, or hopelessness rather than slipping into despondency or despair. Instead of remaining paralyzed by these feelings, this blend launches individuals into positive action. It confidently reassures that they do have the courage needed to face another day. So if you're feeling a bit stagnant and you're not seeing where you should take the next step or how the next step is going to look, maybe you could use your Motivate oil. So, is there somewhere in your body that's complaining? So going back into the aura now. So second layer of the aura. Which is the emotional body. So emotions within and for others. So tear in that part of the aura. Back when we were 6. Feeling stubbornness. And sometimes the stubbornness is, I don't want you to touch me. I don't want you to love me. I just want you to leave me alone. And also the feeling of shock. So sometimes when circumstances happen, for a lot of people, the arrival of another sibling can cause big upheaval, especially when you kind of thought you had it figured out with your parents and how things were. So sometimes it can be difficult. All right, so feeling peeved. Sometimes we can feel hurt. Sometimes I remember as a kid being yelled at and being, mortally wounded that I was yelled at. It feels like a wound. So it's like healing these old wounds that are stuck in our energy field. Right. So back to the universal chakra. This is about also self mastery and awareness of our true creative power. So sometimes we feel that we have no ability to create. We don't feel like we have something to give or to offer, but we really do. And I guess it's allowing ourselves to be a vessel for the divine, isn't it? To express our God-given talents and what is put in our heart to others. Now, for some people that can be via a hug. For some people can be writing a piece of music or a poem or dancing or, other ways that you create. So what is it that you want to create? All right, so another oil comes up. Oil of cumin. That's not in there. There we go. Thank you, Kim. So cumin is the oil of resilience. All right, my appetite for life is strong. Sometimes life feels too hard and we feel like, oh, beam me up, Scotty. My body recovers quickly from injury and inflammatory discomfort. I sleep soundly and wake completely restored. My nerves are calm and I feel relaxed, warm, and comfortable in my skin. I know there is darkness in the world and within myself. I recognize this darkness without judgment. I own my part and I defend myself easily with grace. I'm wiser and stronger from having gone through the process of healing my wounds. Feels a bit hopeful, doesn't it? Right, let's go into the meridian system now. So stomach meridian. When stomach meridian is not fully operational, there are digestive upsets such as burping, acid reflux, bloating, headaches, and possibly neck pain. In observing the physical path the meridian takes down our body, we might understand why leg pain comes through the central thigh or foot pain is possible. Also, the stomach meridian starts like under the center of your eye. There's a little gap in the bone there. So it's like it comes up into your temples there, down the your neck, over your breasts, over your ovaries, and all the way down the front of your legs. Emotion associated with the stomach meridian is being grounded. So sometimes we don't feel grounded and we can get a bit anxious and flighty. So you might use vetiver if you're a bit anxious and flighty. Vetiver is very grounding. So vetiver is the oil of centering and descent. Good morning, Janet. I'm deeply connected with what I think and feel, fully present in the things I choose to do. This self-awareness uncovers the deeper roots of any issues that I'm facing. As I proceed, descending, revealing, and releasing my pain, I discover deeper facets of my being, opening doors to light and recovery through this inward journey. All my chakras are brought into harmony, balance, and alignment with each other. My base chakra calm and grounded, my solar plexus chakra protective against oversensitivity to the feelings and emotions of others. Yeah, that's one of my favorite oils. Very grounding, very calming. And it's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people don't like the smell. Excuse me. But I think it's very good to calm your stomach if you're getting into that anxious state. All right, so we're also going to go into the circulation sex meridian. So you might use Melissa oil for this meridian. So circulation sex is also pericardium, so it represents the protective sac around the heart. So it's like hiding your innermost feelings. So this one flows into the triple warmer meridian, which is also about defending yourself. So sometimes we might feel that we have to defend ourselves and be in that fight or flight state. Right, so the inability to speak up may put you in that state. There's an oil called Lavender Peace or Serenity. Good morning, Julie. All right. Serenity or Lavender Peace encourages individuals to first reconnect with themselves and discover the peace that lies within, and then reconnect with the humanity in others. So it invites them to acknowledge when they feel out of balance and allow time and space for true renewal. It also gently reminds that others are often caught in similar cycles of imbalance and encourages compassion and acceptance of them. Serenity brings a sense of tranquility that allows space for personal reflection, peace, and healing. So maybe you don't feel like you can give someone else a hug yet. Sometimes you need to give yourself a hug. Put a towel around yourself and pull the corners in to give yourself a hug if you're not feeling okay. Right, so you could use your lavender peace or your serenity when you're not feeling connected. Right, so the value of faith. Sometimes it's hard to have faith. We might lack faith in ourselves, faith in the divine. All right, I'm choosing faith over fear. I know where to place my faith. My faith is the bridge from helplessness to hope. I have faith in the divine plan and let go of the need to be in control. So I don't know, do you like to be in control? I think we all might feel like that at times. Age 16 was something happened which affected our faith. So I don't know, where were you? What were you doing? And how was your faith affected? So I'm going to the brown chakra here. All right, I'm easily speaking my inner voice. My thoughts are getting more positive every day. I'm confident in my intelligence. I'm balanced in my discipline. So sometimes there are times to be hard on ourselves and strict, and there are sometimes we have to be a little bit more spacious and loving. All right, so part of our glute shows up here. So the back of our thighs. So there can be grid lines that are damaged there, and also sometimes our base grid can be affected too by particularly intense experiences in our life. Age 8, age 26. So let's say now I'm ready to give a hug, I'm willing to give a hug, I'm able to give a hug, I'm able to receive a hug, I'm worthy of a hug, I'm allowing myself to be hugged. So we're still not allowing yet. Age 6 again, 9, 14, 18, 20. Okay, so I'm allowing myself to receive a hug. I'm worthy of a hug. It's safe to be hugged. It's safe to hug others. I'm ready, willing, and able. All right. So thank you for those that jumped on. And just a reminder for everyone that's in Sydney that we're going to have a get together this Saturday evening at 6. So bring a plate of healthy food, bring a friend if you want, and we clear a bit of energy, have a bit of fun, have a laugh, chat a bit, support each other, and no doubt there will be hugs. So thank you for being you. Thank you for the effort that you're making to improve yourself and to overcome and to be a better person. You set a great example for others, and grateful for that and grateful to see you doing that. one last thing in the solar plexus chakra. It's like having the ability or feeling like you have the power to go and do stuff, or the determination, the guts. All right, I am enough. Because sometimes we think other people would do it better, we can't do it, we're not good enough. But I think you're often the right person for the job. Right, I'm confident in my ability to make my life work. And, all the weaknesses that we have, they're given to us. They're given to us by God, and they're the opportunity to strengthen these weaknesses, for them to become our strengths. So instead of being angry that we have weaknesses, it's like, okay, what am I supposed to learn? How am I learning it? And sometimes having a little bit of humility about the weaknesses, and sort of knowing that we have them for a purpose. All right. So thank you very much. We do have some basic energy works coming up in March and in July. So if you go to tanyaormsby.com, they're in there. You can have a look, and we have an advanced one later in the year. And also, we're going to do another retreat. I think we're thinking of locally more, to enjoy some of the beauty that's not that far away. Let me know if you're interested. It will be over the long weekend in June. All right. Thank you for being you. Thank you for shining your light, and may you continue to do so. Okay. Bye.